It ends too quickly every time. What's up, everybody? And welcome to the Football Boot Hour with me, James, here on the Boot Wizard channel. And those of you who have watched us regularly will be looking to my side right now and being like, that's not Andrew.
Oh,
Why have you brought on a hobbit? So
oh, rude.
there's not Andrew. Andrew is in Tokyo. So we have brought in a stand in, and this is absolutely nepotism at its absolute finest, if it applies between siblings, which I assume it does. This is my brother. This is Luke. Now, Luke is a good portion of the reason why I do what I do today, because he always had cooler boots than me. So just pure jealousy and envy means that I now have all the boots in the world. So that seems,
It's
fair
a
and
role
logical.
reversal now of me being able to say, I want all the boots in your house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's essentially where we are. But Luke, would you like to kind of introduce yourself? What you do? Who are you? Like, a little bit of what's your favorite boot? I suppose is the best question.
Oh, well, I mean, is it a crime if I say that it's not a Nemesis boot? Can I do
It is a
that?
it's a
I can
crime
show
on the
you my
normal.
favorite.
It is a crime on the normal channel, but it's not a crime when it's the podcast because somebody has to stand in for Andrew.
I
Oh,
brought
you
you my
see,
favorite boot.
you are standing in for Andrew because he loves a power swerve.
This is such a nice boot. I love this boot. It is dead, but this colorway in particular,
It's the
yeah,
Confederations Cup colorway, isn't it?
Confederations Cup colorway, absolutely. And yeah, mine are. They do still live. I do still occasionally get them out of the cupboard and play in them, but they do have to hide away from light in case they disintegrate.
Keep them temperature controlled where possible.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. Even
I
so
love it.
much that the front of these boots has started to wear so thin that yeah, they're just flaking out.
Nice. I do notice you did bring along a nemesis, just
Oh,
because
absolutely.
yeah,
That's what I've been
you
playing this
felt.
week. So yeah, don't skip a
Okay, all right.
second.
He's skip. I tell you what, let's just do that. Lucas skipped straight ahead to what have we been wearing. So Luke has been wearing the Adidas Nemesis 19.1 in the chameleon purple messy colorway. So
But
I
because I
I
was playing
clearly
with the
have
purple
I.
Argentina kit.
So you
But
literally
that's
you went like there's like I realize there's like full kit wanker, but you've literally matched your entire kit
well,
with
the
your
shirt. I
boots.
don't have the entire kit, but yes, the shirt and the boots. Yes, yes.
Would you wear the shorts and socks in purple with the boots if you had them though?
I mean, potentially, but probably not. I think it's too much. I think it's too much. But yes,
We
this is
should
what I
also
have been
mention.
playing.
Excellent. We should also mention, by the way, that obviously many of you will know the Boot Wizard channel, as is right now. We've been around for about 6 years. The only reason that this channel is actually called Boot Wizard is because Luke here started his YouTube journey before me and has his own channel called Water Wizard. And we thought it would be a fun idea if my channel was named similarly. So he has a Water Wizard channel, and I am Boot Wizard. So that's why it's Boot Wizard, in case anybody was wondering. I don't think I've told many people that, so that's a bit of
I mean, you're not actually awake.
backstory for you. I'm
Shocking.
promoting your YouTube right now, which you haven't
I like
posted
it.
on in like
Oh,
two
I was going
years.
to say, my YouTube very rarely gets posted on. For some reason, it takes a
Luke,
lot longer to do a video of like a canoe or a kayak, taking it, getting some water footage, actually paddling the boat and stuff like that, than it does to grab a pair of boots out of a box.
wow,
Unbelievable.
wow, shade has been thrown. Rough. With that and the offence that has been taken, we will move on.
What have you been playing
Well,
this week?
what we should do actually is we usually you've thrown me off already. My vibes are all gone. We should tell everybody what it is we're actually going to be doing after the main topic of the week, shall we say, where we are going to be designing Nike football boots. We're going to be designing using the Nike by You, what used to be Nike ID designer on their website. And we are both going to design the best looking football boots as far as we're concerned on there. And then we are going to challenge you to do the same. So I would like you to design your boots. You can create and generate a link with those. I will leave a link down in the top pin comment in the description. where you can get to the generator. Click on that, generate your boots, and then send them to me. Now, I think you will have to DM me on Instagram because I don't think you can put links into a YouTube comment. Feel free to try. But you have to DM me on Instagram at Boot Wizard Boot Reviews. I will be able to see them all, and then Andrew and I will rank them and react to your designs at a later date. You will be judged. So that's what we're actually going to do. But back to what we are doing. You've thrown me off. I don't like this. What's going on? You've ruined my system.
Doing the
My flow is
flow.
off. My flow is off. So let's get into what I've been wearing this week. What I've been wearing is these, but we've spoken about these on like the last 3 podcasts. So this is the Asics DS Lite X Fly Pro 3 with the amazing Silky Touch upper. Review on those is coming soon. We're not going to talk about it too much because I've got a couple of other boots here that I do want to talk about. The first one is these. So if anybody saw my video that went up on Tuesday, it was essentially me having a little bit of a rant and a little bit of a pop at ProDirect. So
You
I
don't
was
have a
basically
rant,
saying,
surely.
me on a rant, what?
Shocking.
So I was essentially saying that ProDirect were fooling us because they put out a piece of information saying that these boots, there was only 238 pairs of them being made available worldwide. Clearly not the case. There's thousands of them. You can still go out and buy them right now from Adidas, ProDirect, Unisport. I think there's only like a size 10 that's missing. So limited, yes. 238 pairs, no. Did an unboxing, had a bit of a rant. ProDirect saw my rant. So that was fun. So they were very nice. They messaged me, kind of explained that it was just a mistake by the presenter, like etc. etc. They were very nice about it. They didn't, get upset with me or anything like that. But I'm pretty confident that as nice as they were, I have just ruined any opportunity ever to be invited to any ProDirect event in the future. I am like blacklisted for life.
Oh,
They were super nice, but there's no way that they haven't looked at that and gone, well, this guy and his bullshit, like he's on the blacklist. So that's this year ProDirect, and last year I had a pop at Unisport for their pricing, and I know that the Unisport people saw that. So I'm one a year at the moment. The last 2 years of just making companies hate me. But anyway, that was the year of the snake Predator. I can't remember if Andrew and I ranked this last week. I think we did. I don't remember. We must have done. Where would you rank it? What would your ranking for this be? So you got great, good, meh, bad, and awful.
good. I like
Good?
it. Yeah, I like it.
I
It's
think
nice
I'm a
to
meh on it, to be honest.
yeah.
I did also get told this week, I think it was Boothead Malaysia told me, that it's actually kind of a bit of a faux pas to design something for Lunar New Year, for Chinese New Year, with black on it, because it's bad luck to wear black during that period of time. So Adidas have actually made a massive error by putting black on that boot.
That's making an error by doing the colourless, surely.
Surely not. They make about 8 billion of them.
I was
So
going to say, they'll just be overlooked. It's swept under the rug.
I will have forgotten about it by next week. Like there'll be 800 more. So the next thing I want to show everybody, I will have a video on this by the time this podcast goes out. So there'll be no live podcast this week because Luke's a chicken and didn't want to do this live. So
If it all goes wrong, you've got to edit it right.
So we will be by the time this goes out on Sunday, I will have a video on these up on the channel. So this is the Tiempo Legend Lux. So this is the Made in Montebelluna special edition, which caused all kinds of controversy. And Andrew and I did basically a whole episode on last week, but I now have them in hand. So it comes in a beautiful box, really, really nice.
Okay, that is a very good box.
Yeah, label on the end there. I don't know, you can see that if I come backwards. Label on the end there. And then if we open this up, I've been so careful with this, like, so yeah, actually, you know what? I should just show you the inside. So it's got like a shiny inside to it. This is why I do unboxing videos, because on a podcast, this is impossible. So this is the inside. By the way, we're on Spotify now, so anybody who's listening to us on Spotify has no idea what I'm doing because I'm just showing things to a camera. It's a lovely black box with a shiny metallic red interior. You can find us on Spotify now by going to the Football Boot Hour. Just search for the Football Boot Hour and you will be able to find us. I am gradually backdating all of the episodes on there, but our last 5, and including this one, should all be on Spotify for you now. I know you've all been asking for it. It's only taken me 47 episodes to actually do it. So that's right. We've been going like 47 episodes at this point. This is the boot bag. So you get a black kind of, I'm assuming faux leather boot bag. And this has as well, just on the end, the Tiempo legend looks kind of embossed into the boot bag as well. It's lovely. It's really premium. Like, it's really high quality. It's a really great presentation. Now to the boots. We don't want to take, like I say, I have a video that will have dropped on this, and Andrew will definitely want to rant about these next week. But let's get them out. I'm going to take the paper out of the bag. Here we go. So, wrong boot, James. Jesus Christ. This is going really well. So these are inspired by Pirlo's wine Tiempos. And so they're Fly Touch Plus. They're not leather. That's the big headline news. It's still the same material as the regular Tiempo. But they've completely adjusted the boot. The material feels different. The fit is different. The shape is different. It's essentially a different boot. And in my opinion, based on limited use of them so far, these are what they should have released in the regular version. These are so much better. So much better. The stitching that gives you the pillowing through the front of the boot, really nice. Now, the Fly Touch Plus is better here. There's absolutely no question. It is still not this good. If you want to do a comparison of your premium synthetic leathers, this is still nowhere near this. Again, for our podcast listeners, that is the Tiempo Legend 10 Pro Lux is nowhere near the Asics DS Lite X-Fly 3, X-Fly Pro 3, Asics in your naming system, and their Silky Touch. But it is a huge improvement. And honestly, I don't care if these are made in Montebelluna or anything. They should just ditch what they're doing with the current Tiempo and move immediately to this. So much better. I'm not really sure the Montebelluna thing makes a big difference, to be honest. I'm not really sure it is particularly much more premium or anything, but it's just like a marketing deal. And you get this is what the pros get on theirs, is the made in Montebelluna insole. But yeah, I just wanted to show those, kind of say that while I wouldn't expect anyone to be blown away by, oh my god, it's so different, it's so much like leather now, I do think that it's significantly better than the regular release Tiempo. Fit and everything, so much better. But I thought I'd get that out and show everybody. We also ranked this last week. Would you like to rank the Pirlo inspired made in Montebelluna Tiempo?
I really like that.
It's nice, isn't it? It looks nice.
I'm not a big Nike guy, but I really like.
You are Andrew. I have literally replaced Andrew with Andrew. Doesn't like Nike. Loves the power swerve. It's literally a 1-for-1 replacement. You were the perfect replacement for Andrew this week, and I didn't even realize it.
Didn't even know it.
Sorry. Do continue.
I like the little accents. I like the little Italian flag, and that box with the leather boot bag is next level, to be fair.
It is. It's very nice. They were also, I think, only €10 more expensive than the regular version, which is a standard limited price bump, which is still far too expensive. But you know what? It's in the grand scheme of current football boots. I'm not upset by it. But yeah, that's those. So what we should do now, considering you've ranked those two, is we should move on to what has been released this week and have a discussion about those. I think last week we had about 8 different releases. This week there is only 4, so that's a good start. Where would you like to start? Is there a particular pack that you would like to, or a boot that you would like to look at first?
I like the Mizuno. The
Oh, he's going for the new
Alpha 2.
alpha. Let's get a good old picture up here. There we go. So this is the brand new colorway in the Mizuno Alpha 2. But the big news here is that this is like the full launch of the range. So the picture I have up on screen right now is actually the Mizuno Alpha 2 Elite. So this is not the made in Japan model. This is the Elite level model, which is that first tier takedown that Mizuno do that is significantly cheaper. They come in around, say, £200 as opposed to £300. See, you're here. I'm already talking in pounds. I always do things in euros.
I was going to say,
You're here, and I'm doing things
yeah.
in pounds already. So these are £200 as opposed to the £300. They have a lot of the tech of that top end model. You might lose a couple of things like the Carvo, but I think a lot of people are maybe going to go for this Elite, especially now with the made in Japan being so expensive. But what are your thoughts on this lovely Alpha 2 Elite as we're looking at it?
I very much like this colorway. I think it is better than that rainbow colorway that they released a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the iridescent rainbow. I think two
Yeah,
weeks ago now, maybe.
yeah. It gives me kind of early vapor vibes with the metallic Mizuno sort of on the front of it there.
Ah,
Like
the metallic,
they
and then
released the vapors and they had their sort of I think it was like a blue or a Volt tick that went up the side of it, and then sort of like
yeah.
almost like a like speed lines down the side, if you will. Yeah, I think this is very nice. It's a really good looking boot, and I like the fact that the sole plate has got that almost like cloud-like finish through it, if you like.
Oh, look at you. That's hold on. I don't know. Do I have a picture of the sole plate that I can put up? You've thrown me a curveball there by
Didn't have your
speaking
pictures
about
ready.
things that well, I had the picture ready. I just didn't have one of the of the sole plate. I still don't have one of the sole plate. I can't help you. You're gonna have to describe it to the people. I
Kind of like you can see it kind of in the heel counter, where it's almost like it looks like a Volt style smoke that's kind of running through the back of it.
so
Underneath of it
you've
is
poked
very,
me
very
now.
similar.
Yeah, you've poked me now by saying that this color here is Volt, and you know how angered I
It's
get
not. It's
when
not.
people when people say things are Volt and it's not Nike.
Not a Nike boot. All right, all right. Fine. The
um,
fluorescent yellowy limey color.
Volt is easier to say, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no,
Everyone knows what Volt is.
so yeah, I agree. It does look very, very nice. Even if I don't have a picture of it. So I suppose I agree. I think it looks really nice. I do think it's a better colorway than the launch iridescent rainbow colorway. But that's because I'm a little bit biased to a white based boot. But I do think they're both nice.
White base boot makes everything look better.
It does indeed. Where would you rank it? So hold on, let's get the old ranking table up so everybody can see. So our tier ranking options are great, good, meh, bad, and just awful. So yeah, where would you like to put this as the guest? You may go first.
I mean, I would probably put it in good, good
I
plus.
agree. I a good plus.
It's
You
not
can't
quite great. It's
you
like it's
can't be
almost
on
like
here.
it's almost like better than good, but not quite great. You know.
You can't come on here and start ruining our system. You can't be on here and be like, I just want to put in an extra tier just in the middle here. I
Yeah,
can't be having that. We will say good,
good.
but we will say it goes at the very top end of good. I think that's
Yeah.
completely that seems reasonable. Okay, let's get that list down. Okay, so that's that one done. I'm just going to keep asking you and just see how many of the pack releases you can remember.
Well, let's go with the Diodora. The Diodora Brazil. Brazil?
It's the Diodora Next 40, I believe, is what they've actually called it. It is a Brazil though.
Yeah.
So it's essentially the same as what was released a week ago, 2 weeks ago, which was a white base boot with the fluorescent stitching. All the stitching is kind of unfinished. It's the way of the look of the boot. and they essentially have the whole thing here is the whole boot is 100% recycled, sustainable. So all the leather is reused leather and things like that. It's a really solid idea. It's why it's called Next 40. It's like next 40 years, trying to be as sustainable as possible. We speak a lot about the Sakito boot and how sustainable that is using the bio-based materials and things. This here is the most sustainable boot on the market in terms of materials used because of how much is recycled. So I definitely give them props for that. I also kind of have a bit of love for it because it still any Diadora Brazil, you know where I'm going with this. Any Diadora Brazil that's black and has this kind of like highlighter yellow colorway immediately gives me Roy Keane vibes. And I'm so I do have a bit of love for it, but I do wish the actual Diadora logo was in that color to really set it off. But I still wouldn't wear it because it's a black base boot, and forget that. But
What's
what
the
are your
perfect
thoughts?
example of that white base boots look 100 times better? Because the white base boot of that looks all right. It looks nice. It's fine. This one, not so much for me.
Not a fan.
Nah, not really. I think that they're like the unfinished sort of stitching around the Diadora logo just kind of it doesn't set it off. It takes away from the boot rather than setting it off. I think maybe if they'd have done the Diodora logo in a different color, then it might look better. But yeah, for me, I'm not feeling that one.
I think a lot of people haven't really liked that unfinished vibe. I understand why they did it,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
it does
And
seem
like
to be
the
putting a few
concept behind
people
the
off.
boot is brilliant. Like I'm down
Yeah,
for that. Like the whole recycled everything that they're trying to do with that, brilliant. But from a looks point of view, it's not.
fair enough. In which case, where would you rank it?
Where's my table?
Oh, you want me to bring the table up every time? Oh my word. Demanding. Demanding. What do you think
uh,
this is?
I would put it in bad for the colorway.
Oh,
I
okay. Just to balance this out, I think I I would have gone with like a meh.
fair.
Like, oh, I think bad is very harsh.
Yeah, but surely, like where would you put where did the white ones go? Do you
The
remember?
white ones I think went in good.
Running good. Fair. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
All
but
right. Fair.
I think we gave them extra points for basically being
The
sustainable. Like we gave
sustainability.
them like
Yeah, for sure.
a little bit of a
I mean,
bump.
if you want to give
Uh,
the black ones a point for sustainability, I'll go with meh.
okay, fine. They'll go in Meh. I feel like I've won that one. We'll
Yeah,
take a
you
win.
can take that one. You take that one.
Excellent. Where would you like to go next?
The Puma
The Puma, the light up
light up pack.
pack.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I like
Boom.
that.
So this is a pack of 3 boots. Now we can choose to rank these individually, or we can rank them as a pack. We can decide that in a second. But essentially, this is a brand new Puma pack. Based on it's a full women's pack. So I believe that all of these boots are only going to be available in women's fit. Um, and I think, honestly, I think it is a lovely pack, lovely
Absolutely.
colorways. I like all of them. I think one of the only problems is the fact that, especially the future, if you look at it like this light, for example, it's so similar to the whiteout that released literally last week. So I think it's a bit much because I believe that whiteout, I think you can also get in a women's fit. So I think that's a bit silly, but the shades of blue, the blue overall, the pack as a whole, I think this is really nice.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think the like that polar blue, along with the fact that you can sort of see the weave of the material that runs through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a really nice little touch on there. Yeah, matches in very nicely, and then because it's like a almost like a polar blue, like the silver of the logo and stuff like that, the Puma symbol, that works really well.
I agree. I think the silver's
And
a
the
nice touch, like the king, the around the form stripe on the king, and then the actual the logo on the Future, I think all are really, really nice.
Yeah.
I think they're a very good addition. While we're talking about the women's boots, we should just go on a quick tangent here, because I know you'll appreciate this. Do you reckon Man United are going to get Chloe Kelly?
Oh, I really hope
Because
so.
like,
I really.
did you see the statement she put out? I think today or maybe yesterday.
No.
No, okay, right. I'm gonna like this is a massive tangent, but I'm going with it right now. If you are not into women's football, one, you should be, and two, sorry, this is happening. So yeah, this was yesterday. So Chloe Kelly put out a statement because obviously she's not playing at Man City. She wants to move away from the club, and the rumors are that she wants to go to Man United, and Man United want to sign her at least on loan. And it seems like she's being prevented from doing that. The club are basically saying, no, you're not going to Man United. And she maybe doesn't have a ton of other options. Like, that's where she's going. So I will, yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to read this. I'll also, so it says a message from me. For a long time, I've tried to work through professional challenges privately, not commenting publicly, but with my situation increasingly being debated in the public domain, I feel it's time to be open and transparent, and you heard it from my perspective. A key lesson I have learned in my life is that while I can't control someone's negative behavior towards me, I can control how long I'm prepared to tolerate it. From day one, I felt so much love from my teammates and the fans. With my contract expiring in June, I've accepted my future is not at the club beyond then. With the Euros fast approaching, this summer is a huge one, and I want to be in a position to give it my best shot to represent my country. I think that's completely fair.
Yeah.
Something which has always filled me with such pride and is a true honor to do so. However, to be dictated whom I can and can't join with only 4 months left of the football season is having a huge impact on not only my career, but my mental well-being. The situation has dragged on for too long. It's disappointing and not right. I'm at a pivotal point in my life and my career, so important to me, and is very disappointing that the sport we love can make you feel this way, especially after there's been so much growth in our sport. This is why I'm posting this, because I want to make you all aware that we as players dedicate our lives to our sport and our clubs, but our dreams can be crushed while we live in silence. I'm a human, and I hope I have and will give everything to the game that I love. Ultimately, I just want to be happy again. I think from any player, that is a massive statement to come out and what, like, she's still at Man City, like she's still under contract at the club, and she's literally come out and, like, I understand to a point where obviously it's a point where they've gone, she clearly knows she has no future there, and she's gone, okay, well, I'm not going to play anyway, so have this, like, to just publicly basically be like, to force a move. And I'm assuming that she wants to go to Man United because otherwise she would have already moved. I think there's other clubs here that may, but from the sounds of that, there are actually other clubs that maybe are interested. But yeah, she wants to go to Man United. Maybe she wants to stay in the city. She wants to go to a better Manchester team. But yeah, I was like, oh wow, yeah, that's huge,
Yeah, it's massive.
huge.
I mean, you can kind of, from like a football perspective, see what Man City are doing. They obviously don't want it to go to a rival, and then,
Yeah.
like, obviously when they play later in the season or whatever, like, if she scores the winner and takes points and stuff like that, then fair. But like, I kind of feel like she's got so little left on her contract.
Mm.
Surely it makes
Like, she's
more
gonna
sense.
go for free anyway. Like,
Yeah, surely it makes more sense to take some money. Like, yeah. I
yeah.
mean,
Well, I
from a
think
United
that
point of view, I
maybe
love
the problem is that Man United aren't offering money; they're only offering to take her on loan. Maybe if
that.
Man United were offering money, they
Yeah,
might go for it.
yeah.
Anyway, completely on a tangent, but I just thought I would inform you of that if you hadn't already seen it, because if that goes through, I already have 2 Man United jerseys for this current season. I will buy a third, and I will put Chloe Kelly on the back of it. I have a Chloe Kelly England shirt, and I will have a Chloe Kelly Man United shirt, no
You also
questions,
be getting.
for all my hair,
Yeah.
just to like. I tell you what, I won't do a headband, but I will buy a white Nike bra, like.
Yes. There've been some big
Uh,
women's signs just back there.
yeah.
Yeah, like
To, to,
the record transfer fee was broken.
over to Chelsea, like
Yeah,
1.1 million or something like
yeah.
that. First player to break the million
First player to
barrier,
break the million for it. Yeah.
because Chelsea need more good players,
Just in case, you know.
just in case they're not already going to go the whole league season unbeaten.
Yeah, it's fine. We can just
Jesus.
make like a whole great team on the bench. Just giggles.
Do you feel like we've turned this into a women's football podcast? This has gone horribly wrong. A little bit. Anyway, maybe we need to start doing a women's football podcast.
Maybe we should.
WSL wizard.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Yeah. Oh, we need to rank the Puma boots. Let's rank the Puma boots. Where would you like to put them? Do you want me to put the tier list up again?
Nah, you're fine.
You're so demanding. You're so demanding. You're such a diva. Where do you think they're going? Good? Yeah, I think good as well. I think that's completely
over
fair.
special about them, but like, you know,
it is a very nice pack.
It's a nice pack. It's a nice colour.
Okay. And then the final one is probably, I'm assuming, a pack that you quite like. Obviously being
Adidas Polar Victory.
Yeah. Polar Victory pack. Yeah, that's the one. It should be coming up on the screen, but it's not. The technology has evaded us. Do give us your opinion on the Polar Victory pack, or in your case, probably the Polar Victory Predator. While I get this to appear on the screen.
Yeah, 50s are pretty nice as well. To be fair, yeah, like as a pack, great, giving very much vibes of the classic, you know, white and blue Predators that David Beckham scored his
the Pulses.
Greece, I think I want to say. I think those are boots he was wearing. White boots.
Were they not the Precisions?
Oh, that's it.
They were the Precisions. The Precision.
I'm pretty sure they were white and blue.
White and red.
No.
Yeah. I'm going to Google now.
Yeah, Google that. But anyway,
it was the white. There are still like vibes of that. Yeah, it's the. Hold on. They were the white, silver, red Precisions, and the white, silver, blue that you're thinking of are the ones with the silver thumbprint, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I feel like they could have maybe put something like that into those Predators. It would have made them look just like next level.
Do you know what I think? I think the only excuse for not putting something like the thumbprint or something into those boots
you want is to make another pack, don't you? The David Beckham special.
Yeah. So like they need to, if they're not going to stop calling me out on my own hypocrisy. But yeah, if they were to make a remake white and blue Beckham Predator Pulse, then that would excuse it. But I think realistically they've absolutely missed a trick here. Instead of just doing a really basic white and blue pack, they could have made something. They could have made the tongue blue, and they could have made the whole thing into a, you know, like an identity pack, you know, something in relation to that, and put the whole thing through it. It's nice looking, but I think as a pack it's very basic. It's a little bit underwhelming. They could to just be white and blue. I think they could have done more. I agree.
Still nice though.
Yeah. Is it showing up on your screen, or am I just? Or is it just? Nah. Okay. The whole thing's just crashed. Good times. Excited about that. So, yeah. Where would you like to rank this one? Do you want to rank? Well, we ranked the light up pack all as one, which I think was fair. Do we want to rank this one all as one, or do you want different boots in different places?
It's probably safer for the Copa if we rank it all as one, because the Copa.
Okay, let's do it all as one.
If you're going to do it as like individually, I'd probably do the Predator and the F50 as good, and the Copa as meh.
Yeah, I would probably just put the whole pack as meh, to be honest.
Just because they missed a couple of tricks there.
Well, not only that, I just feel
I'm not going to let you put another boot in there.
I get like colorway fatigue, talking about a new Predator colorway every single damn week.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
Do a bit
yeah,
of
good, whatever,
yeah.
see if I care. Okay, well, let's go for. Okay, in which case we're going to rank them separately because something's got to go in meh from this pack.
Yeah, go for it, Matt. Like,
So we'll put the Cobra in
mm,
meh, and
yeah,
the F50 and the Predator can go in good. There we go.
yeah, fair.
We'll take that. On a side note, by the way, I was today years old when I discovered this. The Copa Pure 3 League, so the second tier takedown, not leather.
Like synthetic.
Synthetic leather.
Oh, nice.
Like, I didn't realize it. So the previous gen, leather forefoot, calf leather forefoot. This gen, full synthetic. We might have to review them.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. So we are ranked. That is everything from the pack. I said that this probably wasn't going to take too long. We're 36 minutes in already. This is going well. This is our tangents on women's football and Chloe Kelly and such like. This is just a podcast with Andrew. This is exactly what happens every single week. We are literally one anti-capitalist rant from hitting exactly the same the same podcast as normal. Before we move on, we should, I think, point something out, discuss something, and that is the football shirt you've chosen to wear today. So this is our hometown. This is where we grew up. We grew up in York. When is that from?
Oh, this is
that
like
95?
Yeah, it's got to be around there. Yeah, something like that.
Like, now my next question is, not only is this like from 95, you didn't buy that recently in an adult size.
No. This is
that's a
in
jersey that
we
owned. Yeah. I was gonna say that's either mine or yours from when we were a kid.
Yours, and then by process of hand-me-downs, it then became mine.
The fact that it fits you is ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel like sizing might have moved on since the 90s.
I feel like you're just a tiny hobbit man.
As a youth XL, and this is like it's big on me. I'm like, when did this ever fit anybody else?
I am actually a genius. That is the 1995 to 1997 York City home shirt. I was correct.
When I was digging this out, I did also find that I have the one with the poppers and the
YCFC on the shoulder.
Yeah. I also have that.
Does that have a stick? Does that have a signature here?
I think it's got like 4 signatures like dotted around it. Maybe from when you were ball boy. Mascot?
From when I was ball boy. Yeah. For a mascot. I wasn't ball boy. I was mascot. The one in the middle is Paul Barras, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah. There you go. That's some lower league trivia for you. Everyone can look up Paul Barras. One of them might be Dean Kiley.
I was going to say, have you still got your Dean Kiley signed goalkeeper shirt?
Dean Kiley jersey is at Mum's house. So I have, again, a lot of people watching this, if you're of a certain age, will know who Dean Kiley is. He played in the Premier Division eventually, but he started out, or he played at York. And I have his jersey from the last game of the season, again around that 95 era, but it's signed by the entire squad, match worn, signed by the whole squad. Very, very cool. But yeah, that's pretty good, and that's just before the time when we had Jonathan Greening at York City, who got sold to Man United. There you go. It was part of a deal.
Now that you're on Spotify, is that why you've chosen not to wear a football top?
No, the reason I've chosen not to wear a football top is because my studio is essentially an outdoor shed, and it's bloody cold. So I'm sat about 6 inches away from a heater, and I'm wearing like a jumper and a t-shirt, and then this giant like hoodie on over the top of it. So yeah, that's why I'm not representing my football shirts today. I usually leave that to Andrew anyway in his derby kits. So back to, we've gone on another tangent. Tangents FC. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you can see it. Like, you can see my breath. That's how cold it is in here. That's concerning. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to design some vapors. Now, because I kind of surprised Luke with this, we are going to do it from my screen, and then we're going to take it in turns. As I say, please use the link down in the top pin comment. Design your own vapors, send them over to me. Andrew and I will judge them, and we will probably tier rank them as great, good, meh, bad, and awful. So yeah, feel free to try and be as good or as bad as you like. So this is the Nike editor. We will each be making a boot. You can also judge which one of ours is the best. That would be very fun. We will both be designing the vapor because the Superfly is pointless. So we're just going to fly. We're going to try and be quick about this, so that and also try and describe what we are doing again for our Spotify listeners. If you're on Spotify, by the way, you can still watch the video. It just gives you an opportunity to obviously just listen without having to look at me, which is in a lot of cases I think very positive. So especially because I look like I've been in a fight with Pep Guardiola at the moment. Like, hold on, let me just. I'm gonna like look this one here and this one here, and it looks like me and Pep have both had both been scratching at each other. So, what can you do? Okay. Let's continue.
Grab a wire because my phone might die.
Oh. Ruining. He's making me edit things. I'm going to have to cut this out and edit things. How dare you?
You like to edit. Editing's fun.
We don't like to edit.
Okay.
Podcasting. 42 minutes in where I need to make all the edits. If I get very close to the microphone, you can see my breath.
I was just not quite expecting my phone wouldn't have the battery to do this. There we are. We are on. I'm back.
Oh, you have returned, have you?
My battery got to like 5%. I was like, probably shouldn't ignore that for too much longer.
Okay. On to I shall reshare the screen like so. Okay. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. So as I say, we're going to try and do this quite quickly. Your options for the base are black, white, which does kind of look a little grey, royal pulse, which is essentially blue, hyper turquoise, and pink foam. See, I've got to be careful here, otherwise I'm going to end up with a white boot with gold accents, because that's just what I always end up doing. I'm going to go pink. I'm going to go for the pink foam, just to keep things interesting. What's next? Okay, so plate. Now, I did discover this, or you discovered this. The artificial ground plate literally gives you black or white as your options, and they look fairly similar. So we're not going to use the artificial ground plate, even though this is absolutely what I would choose from a performance standpoint. We're going to go for the FG for the looks, because hell yeah, we are. So solid, I can have black, white, blue, pink. Oh, I could have bright pink, or I can have like a dusty pink, or green, and then I can have chrome, silver, or gold. And I can have iridescent. Oh, it's got to be an iridescent, isn't it? So an iridescent fade. So on the iridescent fade, I can have like a green into a bluey purple, a green into like a bright pink, or a pink into like a bluey purple. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna go with that one. There we go. This is something you do in like when you were like 13 at school. Just spent hours just like designing
Making
boots.
boots that you're never going to buy.
Plate accent. So the center air zoom here. So I can have that as black, white, blue, which does work. Red, bright pink, pink foam, apricot, or vapor green. I think I'm gonna go with the bright pink because the pink foam just looks like it's dirty.
That would annoy
I
me.
think yeah, we're gonna go with the bright pink. I don't know if this is actually going to turn out well, but we're doing it in one shot. The swoosh can be okay. So I've got loads of options for solid, blue, green, purple. Ooh, purple. Hello. Dusty amethyst. Ooh, fancy. University red, hyper pink, pink foam again, apricot, orange, and vapor green. I have metallic, gold, or silver, which is what I would usually do, but like I feel like I've kind of not built a boot that's designed for that. I do have gradient again. Do I like gradient? Do I like a gradient swoosh? I feel like I do. I feel like I'm going to get that one and match it to the base. I don't know. I do not know how well this is going to turn out. Accents: black, white, blue. I think I might go for that silver accent. I think that silver accent is just a nice touch, and I've got to put something metallic on there.
Solid.
Yeah, silver accent. I don't know if this is going to be a good boot or if I've just gone insane. Laces: black, white. Oh, that might be that. It might be that royal pulse blue. That might be what we end up with here. Definitely not red. Oh no, it's got to be the. Oh, see, what is that? That's just it says it's apricot, and I'm like, what apricots have you been eating? That's like a
You should
that's
be
like that apricot's gone moldy. Nobody should be eating that apricot. Orange green. No, we're definitely going with the pink, with the hyper pink there. And what is left? Text. Okay, so we're not going to worry about the text because it's just like adding details down here, and we're not actually going to buy these because I don't have a spare 300 euros. Okay, and that's back to the beginning. So this is my boot, which is this pink base with bright kind of like hyper pink laces, and then an iridescent pink fade sole plate into like a purpley blue, and then a matching swoosh to that. That's what I'm going with. I quite like that. I feel like I could have done better, but I feel like I tried to go so far away from I feel like I tried to go so far away from white and gold, which is what I definitely would have done, that I've just gone so far the other direction. Oh dear. Okay, I'm just gonna copy the link and save that and say done. Is it going to try and make me buy them now? Oh no, it's just got them in there. Okay, I like that. I do think I could have done better, but I think that's a nice boot. I think if they released that as a boot, I would consider buying it. I do think I could have done better. I think you're going to trounce me here. Okay, let's go to customize. Right, your turn. You're up. I will do this obviously for you, so everybody can see. You tell me what colors you want, what you want to see, and what angles, and I will do it. So base color, you've got black, white, royal pulse, hyper turquoise, or pink foam.
Oh, white or hyper turquoise. Ooh.
Okay, so there's the white again, and there's the hyper turquoise.
I feel like I always make white boots, so I'm sure I make white.
White boots. Okay, play. Obviously, we're going FG. We're going FG because we've
FG,
actually got options in FG, which is fine. Okay, so you've got a solid color, a chrome color, or an iridescent color, which is the fade that I had. Okay, so we're going iridescent. I thought you might go chrome. So you've got this. You've got this kind of fade that I had. You've got the pink to green kind of fade, and then you've got this kind of green to green almost kind of fade. They're your only three options in the iridescent.
You got to go with the first one.
The first one.
Yeah, it's so much better.
This one. So the pink, there's similar purple to pink.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we're at. Interesting. I was not expecting that. Okay, plate accent color. So this is your Air Zoom pod. You've got black, white, blue, red, pink foam, moldy apricot, or vapor green.
I think we're gonna go with. Or do we go hyper pink, or do we go?
There's
Green?
hyper pink,
Pink.
and there is vapor green. Do take your time. It's not like this is a podcast or anything.
Yeah, it's fine. And for all of you who can't see this, it's brilliant, isn't it?
That's what I mean. Like everybody who can't see this going, what on earth? It's just people going,
Pick a colour, man. I think we'll go with the vapor green.
Vapor green. Okay, we're going vapor green. Nice. Okay, swoosh. This is big. So you've got gradient, metallic, or solid. Going gradient.
Gradient.
Okay, so you have hyper pink, vapor green. You have vivid purple, hyper turquoise. You have hyper turquoise, vapor green. Bright crimson, total orange. Hyper pink, foam pink. And royal pulse, hyper pink.
You got to go with the vivid purple, hyper, whatever the second one said.
Vivid purple, hyper turquoise.
Yeah.
Okay, got it in there. I see where you're going. Okay, next up. Okay, swoosh outline. So you can have gold or silver, or you can have any of the solid colors: black, white, royal pulse, hyper turquoise, vivid purple, dusty amethyst, university red, hyper pink, pink foam, moldy apricot, total orange, and vapor green.
I think we are going to go. We are going to go with. Hyper turquoise.
Okay, let's go back. I can show you any of them again. You don't have to make your immediate decision.
I feel like I kind of wanted to put the silver on there, but like I don't feel like that.
Okay, I can go back to the silver. Silver's a nice look.
Silver's a nice look. No, hyper pink.
Hyper pink. Okay, we're going hyper pink.
Yeah.
It's a good choice. I like that. That's a solid choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Then next up, we are going to laces. So black, white. Let's tilt that down. Royal pulse, hyper turquoise, vivid purple, dusty amethyst or university red, hyper pink, moldy apricot, orange, or vapor green.
And I think that we're going to go with the vivid purple.
Vivid purple. That is a nice match with that that swoosh, to be fair, and the soul plate. I see what's happening here. I see what we're getting. And text is nothing. We're not doing text. Okay. So that is your boot. This is your last chance to make any adjustments, should you wish to.
On
So
the heel
this
where
is
they've
what
got Mercurial and the stuff written around the edges there. If they could turn that into a vivid purple for me as well, that'd be great. But not.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I'll just have a word. Like I'm sure that won't be a problem at all.
Not yet.
That's what you think. So recently, I was supposed to put out a video on the Nike Premier 4. So this boot does not exist. Nobody can buy this boot. It's on pre-orders on Amazon right now until like August or October or something stupid. But I have a pair, and I didn't get them from Nike as like an advanced release. I just managed to get a pair. And I was like, well, screw it. Everyone's kind of seen what they look like now. I'm just going to put out an unboxing on them. And I haven't yet put out an unboxing on them because reasons.
Did Nike say no?
Not directly. But yeah, so I'm sitting on a pair of Nike Premier 4s for anybody who's interested, just so that you know that I've got them. I did cheekily put out the video for members, so all of the Boot Wizard members can actually see the unboxing video of that. So if you'd like to become a Boot Wizard member, please do so. Use the link down in the top pin comment underneath your Nike by You link, where you can become a member. You get all of my videos before anybody else if you are a starting 11 member, and also you get exclusive videos such as my current Nike Premier 4 video, and you will get huge discounts off some massive grip sock brands like WeFoot and Apex and things like that. I have some normal discounts for everybody else, but there are bigger discounts for members. So if you fancy becoming a member, supporting the channel and the work that I try to do, please do so. It's very inexpensive for the majority of people and helps me out a lot. So please do consider becoming one of our members, either a starting 11 or there is a subs bench option, which is literally, I think, $2 a month, and you just help support the channel, things like that. So that's my pitch. Thank you very much. Are you happy with this, Luke?
Yeah,
Are you happy with what you have completed here? Okay, so we are going to save the image. I'm going to copy this link as well. Put it over there. And yeah, that's where we're at. So that is you just there in those. Oh no, that's me. Hold on. Where are you? Why am I saying that's you? Done. That is you just there. So this is what the people need to vote on. So you need to vote on which one of ours is the best of these these two boots that we have designed. So Luke's and mine. So I've gone with the pink. Luke has gone with the white. There are some similarities, but significantly different. So these are your options. And yes, head down into the top pin comment, hit the link, and you too can design your own boot. Please send them through to me at Boot Wizard Boot Reviews, or if you really want, you can send them to Andrew at Lockhart Boot Blog. He won't be expecting it because he's not here. So you could just bombard him with Nike by You designs. Definitely, yeah. If you at least definitely save your images, because sometimes the links don't work. So save the image and make sure you send that to one of us as well as the link. Definitely save the images. I would say send that to us with your name, and then we will be able to. We'll do a whole podcast. I would say if we get enough, where we'll rank all of your boots. But also, of course, rate mine and Luke's, both by which one you think is better and where you would rank them on our tier list. You can tier list our own boots. I'm going to end the screen share there. That is risky. Yeah, I'm waiting for some. I'm waiting for some harsh criticism of my boots there. So I think that is the majority of what we wanted to cover today. And while this has been a very, similar episode to what we'd get from Andrew, we have not run like 2 hours over time like normal, which is quite impressive. We're just clocking. Yeah, you need to rant more. That's the problem, you see. Yeah. So we're on 58. Yeah, we're on 58 minutes right now, and normally we run like 2 hours in the football boot hour, which is foolish. But you have, I would say, like a good 90 seconds there before we hit an hour. Would you? Is there anything you would like to share with the people? Is there anything you'd like to say? A rant you would like to get off your chest? Like, something you'd like to get into? Take your pick. Like, rant away.
I mean, there's too many rants in the world. Like I feel like we can't all be attacking Unisport and ProDirect just for giggles.
Oh, but I can. I can.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of women's colorways that come out. By the way, that I would quite like to buy, and I realise that they are women's boots. But I might quite like to buy the women's boot colorways because most of the time they're better than the regular, unisex men's boot colorways.
Funny you say that. So hold on, like we're going to run over time now. Screw it, let's just do it. Yeah. We might as well. Hold on, you stay there. Entertain the people. Do as you please. Just entertain the people. Okay.
Entertain the people. Absolutely. This is going to take a while if he's looking for a specific boot in that collection that he has around the back there. You bring him back. What you got there?
Stop talking about me. I'm back.
I know you're talking about.
I have these. So these are Puma King Pros. And I have them in the women's colorway and the women's fit.
Yeah.
Now, yes, they definitely fit differently to the men's one. There's not as much volume in the toe box as the men's. There's definitely a different arch and a little bit of a different heel. But it's not like I can't wear these. It's not like they don't fit my foot well enough. Like, there is a possibility, like the men's probably is a slightly better fit for me, but these were super cheap, I'll be honest. They were on a huge discount. I wanted to try them and I really like this colorway, so I was like, screw it, let's give it a whirl. And I think it's worth trying in a lot of ways. The women's colorway, just be aware of the slight differences that you're going to get in the women's fit, in a lot of them, but some of them are great. And I do have a video, second plug for my members. It's currently available for my members. It's on there, on why the women's fit Puma Ultra might be better than the men's fit Puma Ultra. Because the men's fit Puma Ultra has quite a bit of width and quite a bit of volume, and it's a speed boot. So you might want the women's fit that is slimmer and lower volume to get yourself a more speed boot style fit. So you might actually want to consider that anyway. Like, at the end of the day, they're football boots, right? So as much as it is marketed as women's fit, men's fit, and that should be the case, like there should be women's fit boots available, 100%. There needs to be more of them. Companies like Nike and Adidas need to make more of an effort to generate women's fit football boots. But if their women's fit are there and you're a guy and you do have maybe a slimmer foot, or you have a foot that might fit that boot better, just go and buy the women's fit. Like, it's a football boot. It does the same thing. Just think of it like two different fits of a boot. But like the most ridiculous thing is the people who get like upset about there being women's fit boots. I'm like, what is your problem? Like
there should be more women's specific football boots, right? And like, my point is that most of the time the women's fit boots actually get somewhat of a nicer colorway with a little bit more going on, that I would prefer over, for example, a Polar Pack Copa, that is boring and done nothing with except put some blue accents on white boots. Boring. So yeah, like the Puma pack that we discussed earlier. That's a really nice pack. There are, I would definitely have some of those boots. They're very nice.
Exactly. So more women's fit boots, please, companies, in order to support the millions of women that are playing football. And at the same time, make some of those really nice women's fit colorways also available for me, please.
Yeah.
Because they're a delight. But yeah, no, I do think that there's Nike particularly, like, there's not really anything they're doing to support women's fit right now, which is insane considering the number of women's athletes. I was only looking at this the other day. I can't remember the exact numbers, but if we go to the USA, for example, this is really great podcasting as well because I'm typing on Google right now. No, I can't see it. So I was literally looking this up the other day for another purpose. But like to look at the number of players who are registered with the US governing body, that association, and also with like the FA in the UK to see how many registered players they have. And it is millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of women who are, and these are just registered. This doesn't include your five-a-side, your random local pickup matches, your people, this is just people who are registered with the governing body to play. and there are like the registered numbers are not far apart, men and women, and yet all the boots are designed for men. So like there's this argument that, oh well, there's more men's players or men, it's just not there. Like the numbers prove that there is a ridiculous amount of women's football players that are there, that are playing. The market exists, and companies are just not filling it. And here's my take on it. I think they're not filling it because they're being lazy. They can get away with it. It's like, well, they're already buying the men's unisex boots. Then why would we bother making a women's fit boot? We've already got a men's unisex that they're already buying. And it's like, because you need to like actually give them something that is designed for a women's foot. Now, of course, all foot shapes are different. Like everybody's going to have different feet. Even across, you can't say one women's foot boot is going to fit all women. Some women are still going to want that unisex boot in the same way that some men could probably use a women's fit boot. But you've got to take the general idea of this women's specific shaped foot and just apply it to more things. Like Nike did it for 2 minutes with a Phantom Luna and then went, probably won't bother. We'll just throw out some boots in colorways and call it women's. I'm like, don't fancy making a boot for actual, your general women's player? No? Okay, fine.
I think you've got to get like Puma for that, because Puma do seem to be like going with the women's fit, and they seem to do quite
Absolutely.
a lot more. I think they're probably. What would you reckon? There's anyone that makes more women's stuff than Puma?
Just Ida Sports, because they're a fully women's specific boot brand. So they only make women's specific boots. So definitely check out Ida Sports for that. But I think in terms of big name brands, Puma do the most women's fit options. Not like more than Nike, more than Adidas, more than New Balance, Under Armour. Like I'm gonna like Sakito, like I'm going to forget a brand, but Puma pretty much have more than all of them, I would say.
Yeah.
So you got to give them props for that.
The likes of like Nike and Adidas not to be like getting on board with. Like the market is so huge that they could get on board with, and like it's there to be taken.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah. What are they thinking? And then I think you've got to look as well. So the women's game has less money in it, so it generates less money. There's less money in it. It needs more support, etc. But because there's less money in it, there's less players who are getting the top elite pro level treatment, right? So let's say Chloe Kelly. Chloe Kelly is a Nike athlete, and she is probably getting custom lasted boots from Nike. Like that's probably the case. But if you head to the women's championship, I would say that there's probably not a single player in that championship, maybe Aslani at London City Lionesses, but like I don't think there's many players, maybe not any players, who are getting custom fitted boots in the women's championship, or even getting boots that are anything outside of like retail. And when you consider there's only 12 teams in the WSL, it's not like a huge number of people. So what I'm saying is that a lot of these women's players are literally just getting off the shelf retail boots that aren't fitted to their feet, that aren't designed for their feet. Like they're getting boots. These are professional women's players, and what they're getting are boots that you and I would buy that don't have a fit that's designed for women. Like, sure, what?
Crazy.
How have Nike and Adidas not worked out that that's a problem? Yeah. Like, you continue your rant, because I have to get something else now.
It is madness. It is completely almost in the realms of unfair, because they're really not even remotely thinking of the athletes there. So yeah, it would be much easier for those athletes to have fitted boots and probably have some kind of sponsorship. We all know that women's football doesn't get that much in the way of revenue anyway through the athletes' wages and stuff. So for Nike and Adidas not to be jumping on and helping out where they can, like massive companies like that is criminal, really.
I feel like I agree with that, even though I only caught half of it. I do want to just bring out so these are a pair of Nike Phantom GX1s that previously belonged to Kira Walsh, Barcelona and Lionesses player. These are custom shaped. They're custom made. They have a custom insole board. These are custom made to her, but she is also one of the best players in the world. She plays for Barcelona. She's multiple time Champions League winner. She is obviously one of a pretty much guaranteed starter for the Lionesses. She is top 10 players in the world, probably at least top 20. So she has custom boots. Then we have these ones. So these belong to Nikita Paris. So she is obviously a Puma athlete. These are, again, they have I don't think they're fully custom lasted, but they do have a custom adjustment to the shape. And they have the leather forefoot on them as opposed to the full synthetic. This is something Puma did for a lot of athletes. So Puma kind of nailed that for Nikita Paris. And then I don't think I've shown these on the channel before. So this is a bit of a world exclusive. I will be doing a video on these because I am these are very, very interesting. So these, I mentioned, obviously championship clubs for, like, the league just under the WSL. And in that league, there is a player called Rihanna Blades. She plays for Luz FC, who I'm a club that I'm a huge fan of. They do equal pay for the men and the women, equal distribution, equal support for both clubs, which is really great. But I have these, which are, again, they're not, to my knowledge, they are not custom lasted, but they are the women's fit, and they are the Puma Ultra that were made for her. But interestingly, these are the unreleased Puma Ultra, the teaser Puma Ultra, that they showed off and originally reported that there was like 12 pairs of in the world, I think. And they obviously sent these out to her to wear. They never actually made it to her. They ended up with me instead. But the ones that they were saying there's only 12 pairs of had a carbon outsole. So these have the regular Ultra outsole for her, but on a custom last. So, well, not a custom last, but on a women's fit. And that's from Puma. But yeah, I just thought I would show those a little bit of the differences. But yeah, like even Puma, some of their athletes, you're getting a women's fit boot rather than like a Kira Walsh, who's getting a fully custom lasted boot, which is always going to be the case because obviously different levels of players get different amounts of money and things from brands. But the fact that there isn't just a standard women's fit available from Nike and Adidas for most players, like, okay, Adidas have the F50, but like we've had 2 colorways of those, maybe, like that's it. There's no support, there's no backing for it, and I think it's a shambles that they're just trying to profit off the women's game as much as possible while putting as little back into it as possible.
Yeah, the support's not there.
Like, it's absolutely not. No,
Kira Walsh, by the way,
you're
moving to Chelsea.
Sorry, who? Sorry,
Kira Walsh.
Moving to Chelsea.
Yep.
Since when?
Today.
Don't tell me things like that. You don't need to ruin the rest of my week.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if Kira Walsh moves to Chelsea, I'm going to burn Stamford Bridge down.
Pretty sure
they don't even play all their games there. I'm still going to burn down Stamford Bridge.
They agreed a deal with Barca today, I think.
What the hell?
Around 550, I think. But then could raise to 800.
So kind of what Barca paid for her, like that kind of when Barca got her off City. Oh my God, what is the last thing that Man City need? That Chelsea need.
Just some extra players. Told you they're making a squad on the bench.
Man City could put out 2 11s as 2 completely separate sides, and they'd finish top and second in the league.
You mean Chelsea, not Man City?
Christ. Oh, whatever. I don't care anymore. Stupid Chelsea.
Yeah, I played in these this week as
Certainly.
well.
I really want a pair of those.
They're cool, right?
Like, I had a pair and I don't have a pair anymore. And I really want to get a pair. They are such a good football boot.
I got them second hand, but they were unused. So they still had the tags and stuff on when I got them. I got them for like 30 quid.
30 quid, Jesus. This is why you don't buy new boots, ladies and gentlemen. Like, ignore what I review on the channel. Go and buy secondhand or, like, you know, in the secondhand market and things like that. Don't pay a lot of money for them.
Yeah,
Those are very nice football boots.
Yeah.
We should obviously mention that they were obviously associated, not directly worn by, but associated with Mr. Messi. So I suppose, you know, we should ask you a very important question. Just to get you rolling here. Best ever, Ronaldo or Messi?
Oh, come on, man. Messi every time, right? You can give me this Ronaldo Messi every time. But Ronaldo, he is a very good player as a forward, as a striker, being powerful in the air and things like that, but his position is limited. Like Messi can play anywhere through midfield, anywhere in the top line. He's got better ball control. He's a better footballer. Like, you know, you can say that Ronaldo is going to be a better striker because, you know, he's got the power to jump and, you know, he's got the ability to strike a ball from, you know, ridiculous angles and swerve it and stuff like that. But Messi as a player, as a footballer, is a better footballer.
I just, like, with Luke being my brother, I know the buttons to press. that's one of them. And I thought we'd just get that little rant in there before we left. So we will say thank you very much to Luke for joining us and standing in for Andrew and doing a quite excellent job, I must say. Check us out on Spotify by searching for the Football Boot Hour. Follow me over at Boot Wizard Boot Reviews on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok at Boot Wizard now because I'm cool and down with the kids. Get subscribed to the channel, like this video, and remember the link down below to get your Nike I nearly said Nike ID, that's the old one. Nike by You submissions into Andrew or I. Luke, is there anywhere where you want people to go and follow you, or are you good with that?
I'm good. What Wizard on YouTube is my YouTube channel, but I do reviews occasionally, so nothing related to football.
Just go and follow it. Go and subscribe anyway. Doesn't hurt. You'll get a review in like sometime in the next 5 years. You will get a kayak review.
Yeah.
So just go and give Water Wizard a subscribe just for fun. Let's just see how many people we can bump onto Water Wizard for seemingly no reason and really confuse YouTube. Go and check out Andrew as well at Lockhart Boot Blog. He probably has or will have very soon his 442 Elite review up. If not, his ASICS DS Lite X Fly 3 Pro review is already up, so go and check that out and drop him a follow on Instagram as well. That's all from us here today, guys. Thank you very much for joining us. I am delighted that we managed to run 20 minutes over time, because what would the Football Boot Hour be if we stuck to an actual hour? Have a good one, everybody, and we will see you very soon.